Did I show you my cup?
In your case, that is true. It wasn't the cat.
It's so true. He has finally put back on the weight that he lost when he ran away.
Good.
Yes, I picked him up today, and I'm like, you weigh what you should again. So
That's
yeah,
good.
it's taken weeks, but we are. Hi, Kathy. But we are back to the weight we should be at. So I'm a very happy cat mom right now.
Do your cats bother the trees? The Christmas trees?
I do not have one set up in here, and they're not allowed upstairs. But my dad has his Coca-Cola one, and I let them out to take a walk if the dogs are penned up upstairs. And Blue bit it the first day. He's like, arr, arr. And he's like, no, that didn't taste good. So they have not climbed in them, but I'm always right beside them since they're not supposed to be out of this room. So today, Harley wanted out, which she does not usually. She does not. She wants to stay right here. She wanted out, and everything was real quiet in the house. And Mom was working in her study, and Dad was working in his study, and her brother was already out. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I can keep track of two of them. So I let her come out, and then my oldest son got here for lunch, which caused the dogs to go off, which scared her. So then the dog came running downstairs. We had to make the dog go back upstairs. And then I picked her up to carry her in, and then bumped into my son in the hallway, and it startled her. So I got a new scratch.
Oh, no. It's funny, Barbie, because I had the same thing happen. My dog doesn't bother the tree at all. Like when we got her, I got her as a Christmas present 2 years ago. So this is her second Christmas. She was a baby, 6 weeks old when I got her. She doesn't bother the tree. She's very rarely interested in the tree. But this morning she was really wired. And I bent down when I let her out of her kennel. I was petting her and saying hello. She headbutted me. And I am swollen. And I'm going to have a little black and blue right here.
Oh, no.
There's nothing like a 70-pound overexcited wiggly dog headbutting you first thing in the morning. I'm like, okay, I'm awake now. Thank you.
Oh, I remember when babies used to do that. Did your babies do that?
Yes.
With you? Oh, my God. There was no pain like a baby's noggin hitting you right in the face.
And the youngest was the one who he would always do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Gotta love the animals. So we both got beat up by our animals this morning. So yours is, my shirt says nice-ish. Nick's is gonna have I told Claudia, a little bandana that says naughty-ish. That's her because she is naughty-ish. Just like I'm nice-ish. You know. We're not all one or the other. Most of us are in the middle.
And I'm wearing this dress because it matches these absolutely.
They're adorable.
I've got to show them to you guys because
you got to show them off.
They came from Caroline Youngstar Girl. She makes earrings, and I love them. They're one of a kind. She can't even get the pieces for them again. How adorable are those? And since they got that bit of pink, I did this shirt or dress.
And the hair. Claudia's hair is awesome. I think pink is my favorite on you, I think pink's my favorite. Oh, thank you, Barbie. We miss you, Barbie. I'm gonna go with Kathy there. We miss Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I hope you all are getting ready for Christmas because we were talking about that too. Like just the Christmas. I haven't wrapped anything. I just got the tree not that long ago. Y'all saw my Christmas post. I just got my tree not that long ago. I haven't wrapped anything. I still got to do baking. Oh my God, it's going to be just an absolute. And there goes Nick's. Apparently something's going on out there. And you're the same way. You were just like, I haven't wrapped anything either. Oh, and we got a ton of snow this weekend. 3 days of snow. 3 days of snow. And more coming. I have a weird shadow.
Hi, Geneva.
There we go. That's better.
So this is the last sale of the year for both of us. I will be on Wednesday morning for coffee and a chat, but no sale. And tonight, if I have the energy, I will be popping on to Catherine's. What is her channel called? It just went straight out of my head. Catherine Young.
Oh, Catherine Young. I think it's just Catherine Young unless she changed it.
She's doing she invited a bunch of resellers to come on and promote their channel or their favorite seller's channel. and show something vintagey Christmas kind of stuff. It looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. So I'm hoping that I've not run out of energy by 8 o'clock tonight. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Catherine Young's channel. So that'll be a
that'd be
lot of
fun.
fun.
Yes.
But this is my last sale. If you buy from me today, I will invoice you as soon as I can right after the sale. And then I'm going to the post office before they close today. So, because I don't want to set it aside and forget it and have to worry about it. And so it'll happen today.
Yeah.
Hi, Kraken. So if you purchase today, you'll be purchasing today. Look for the invoice. I will be going to the post office today and just because I want to be able to take the rest of the week off and not have to worry about it. Hi, Becky.
Yeah, Kathy, that's what happened. We got 18 inches of snow in 36 hours. It did nothing but snow for 3 days. The last day was just kind of like the pretty stuff. And then maybe we're going to get another 1.5 feet this weekend for Christmas. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know.
I don't know how much we're actually supposed to get here, but we're definitely getting it at the end of the week.
And I'll be invoicing either later, probably a little bit later today or very early tomorrow. And everything will go out on Wednesday. I couldn't get stuff out last week because as soon as I invoiced and everybody paid, boom, the snow came and we were stuck inside and there's no shipping on Sunday. So everyone's stuff will go out on Wednesday. And this is my last sale of the year. And next year we're going to be doing a little revamping. So whoop, 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 whoop. Have a little fun with that.
And just a reminder, if you purchase, we need, and I haven't done all the logistics in a long time, but if you purchase, we need your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, your PayPal email. We both use Pirate Ship. You only pay the shipping that we are charged. We do not pay any other, we don't charge any other fee beyond that. We use PayPal. And I normally will get back to our normal invoicing schedule after the holidays. Normally, I would invoice you by Sunday at midnight for any sale during the week that you attended. Today, like I said, I'm going to invoice today just so I have everything out of here. Yet Christmas here, Becky, is supposed to be like, I don't know, it was 5 degrees, I think is the high. -1 is the low, but it's going to be the coldest Christmas we've had in 22 years. 22 years. So,
yeah, it's going to be cold.
Yeah, Kathy said that too. So, was that everything? I ship from Ohio. Nikki ships from the state of New York. So, we're both kind of East Coast. So, costs a little more if you're in California, Arizona.
But the more you buy, I will say this, if I can bulk ship it to you from the East Coast, and you're on the West Coast, I can save you a ton of money. Sometimes the heavier items are cheaper to ship than the tiny little things that we send you.
Well, I guess we're all going to Becky's for Christmas. It's going to be 50 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I want that. I don't want the coldest Christmas on record in 22 years.
I'm with you. I don't want any cold. No more cold. I'm done with the cold already. After Christmas, we can go right into spring and I'm happy with that.
And guys, don't forget to send Nikki your pictures.
Oh, yes.
You have purchased glass from us this year or from other resellers or you thrifted it. We would love to see a picture of how you are using it in your home. So, make sure that you get those pictures emailed to Nikki or just DM them to her on Instagram. Doesn't have to be an email. And she's going to put together a slideshow that we will be showing the first show in January when we come back. So we'd love to see how you're using all of the gorgeous glass that you have bought this year and just send pictures. We'd love that.
Yeah, it's kind of a year in review thing is what we're aiming for here. It'd be really lovely. Please, please, please email me pictures so that I'm not showing you nothing. Or just stuff that Claudia and I have. That'd be great. And we'll mention it again. So if we repeat ourselves near the end, oh well. It's just going to happen. Yeah.
For the people that come in later. So today, we're talking about glass Christmas trees. For example, glass Christmas trees.
That's John. Hi, sweetie.
Yeah, I figured that was John. Hi, John. So I could not find a lot of info about glass Christmas trees. I was specifically looking for the first company that produced them.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. And we all know that they were popular in the 80s because we all remember our moms and grandmas having them. Like, so we know that's when was their like height of popularity. Although they're obviously still being made today. Monster, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I know, right?
Monster makes them in every
Yep.
color.
I know, and I want the black one. It's
I'm
gorgeous.
looking at those going, okay, I just want them all. I just
All,
want to collect all of
and
them.
they're all in different sizes.
Yeah. So if you guys get a chance and you like the glass Christmas trees, you should look up Monster and just look at them because they're amazing.
Yeah.
But the glass and crystal trees have been made in France, Sweden, Italy, Germany, Japan, Poland, the US. So they come from everywhere. They're crystal, they're glass, they're hand blown, they're pressed, there's a wide variety. So
colored, not colored.
Yeah. So if there is something that you like, you can probably find it out there with a pretty simple search. Companies that made them or are still making them: Murano. It's not actually company's region, but Ronneby, Waterford. Oh my god.
I know, they're gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And expensive.
Sold out currently on the Waterford site, but
yep.
Ooh, stunning. Mosser, Mikasa, Libby. Like, there's just the range of prices is vast. So
what Rebecca just said, yes, I have seen Fenton make their like a glittery is probably the best way to describe it. It's probably like an opalescent thing, but they look glittery and they are gorgeous. Yeah, Fenton's are pretty too.
So it's really hard to narrow down what company first made them. I did find proof that they were made in the 70s because I found some on sale on eBay that still had their original boxes that were dated.
Oh, wow.
So those were made in Japan in the 70s. So we know that they go back at least to the 70s. I found one source that said Murano was making them in the 50s and 60s, but only one source, and I could not find anywhere where it was backing that up.
Yeah.
So we do know that they at least started in the 70s. They hit their height of popularity in the 80s, but I don't think they've ever gone out of style.
No.
Very classic. You're going to pull it out every year. You're going to use it. The clear ones or the crystal ones, you can put one of the colored lights under, and they're amazing. So it's just a very classic Christmas decor. But when I was looking at the Murano, I found that in 2006, they installed on the Murano Island the world's largest glass Christmas tree. It went into Guinness Book of World Records as the largest glass Christmas tree. It was over 24.5 feet tall. It weighed 3 tons.
Oh.
It was built by glass master Simon or Simone Sinadisi. I butchered the name. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's made of 2,000 iron sticks, 1,000 glass pipes, and 5,000 bolts. So it's really good. If you go and you look at the picture, like it's very.
It looks like ice.
And it was done with different colors of glass, so it's just really pretty. But in 2020, Jason Mack and his friend, now Jason Mack is a glass artist.
Yeah.
And his friend Rob Elliott, who's helped him every year, made a glass tree in Illinois. And it was 31 feet tall, weighed 5,000 pounds, and they used green and clear recycled glass. So people in the community brought glass to them, and they had a kiln on wheels. This great big kiln, not like a great big kiln. They melted the glass on site, and hi, Angela. And they went around the tree with this green and white. So it does look more tree-like than the Murano one. And it took them days to build it, and you could watch them build it. So it was this.
It's on YouTube too, I think.
And it was a mobile glass furnace, not a kiln. A mobile glass furnace is what they called it. So then in 2021, he made it 35 feet. And then this year, they made it in Wisconsin instead of Illinois. They did it at Yerkes Observatory. They just finished it yesterday. And once again, all recycled glass. If your glass was green and clear, you dropped it off there, and they threw it, they busted it up and threw it into the kiln. And they didn't need people to take labels off or anything because all of that burns off in the kiln. So you just had to drop it off. Just drop your green and clear.
And you could watch them do it.
Yeah. And then you
Why
had
they
to
were doing it.
in there and watch them making this
Yeah.
tree. So they finished it yesterday, and I don't know if they made it as tall as they want, but their goal was to do it 35.5 feet this year, which would make it the tallest glass Christmas tree. And his plan was to put a 4.5 foot hand blown glass star on top to get that 35.5 feet. And he uses a steel structure instead of the pipes and the bolts that they used in Murano. So super cool. You can look it up online and check it out. And then they had other artisans and craftspeople around that you could buy stuff from them. And he had a booth where you could buy his hand blown ornaments and his hand blown little trees. And so it was a whole thing they did. And you could even take a tour through Yerkes Observatory while you were there. But
yeah, which was supposed to be pretty cool. The telescope they had there was supposed to be a pretty
mm-hmm.
neato thing to check out. Yeah.
So that was all of mine. On over to you.
I went a little off script, but on script. We're dealing with trees and ornaments. So let's do a little bit of history about Christmas trees. So there's some debate out there as to when the first Christmas tree was actually put up. There's one group that says it was 1441 in Estonia, but I think the one that just beat them out was 1510 in Latvia, and it was in Riga, Latvia. They put up their tree and they decorated. It was a local guild called the Brotherhood of Blackheads. Not something I'd want to be a brotherhead of, I'm just saying. But it was a local guild, and they decorated it with roses, and then they lit it on fire, because why wouldn't you do that? And then danced around it. There's some wacky stuff out there when it comes to Christmas trees, okay? Then in 1530, Alsace-Lorraine, or Alsace in France, that's the part of France that kept switching back and forth between France and Germany. They are the ones who can claim they sold the first Christmas trees in the marketplace. Now, there was a law. Now, we just talked about a 35-foot tree. There was a law out there. People would bring them home, they put them up undecorated, but they could only sell trees that were 8 shoes high. So 8 shoe lengths high, which is about 4 feet. So a 4-foot tree, that was all you could have. It was all they could sell. I would be arrested for my 11-foot tree that's sitting currently in my back room. So only small trees. Then in 1600, they started decorating the trees. They put apples on them. This is when things start to get and really wrap around, go from pagan to a little bit more in the Christian side. So they put apples on their trees and decorate them that way. Now we're going to come back to the apple thing, because I'll do it now. In 1597, Christoph Muller and Hans Greiner, and I'm probably massacring that last guy's name, were a glass workshop. They set up the first glass workshop in Germany in the Lauscha, Lauscha. I'm not even going to say that right. Shop. And what happened was, the one dude didn't have any money to buy apples. No money to buy apples. So he decided he was going to make glass ornaments to put on the Christmas tree. So these were technically the first glass ornaments were made then, but it was just made for him and his family.
And what year was that?
1597. Wow. So that's really
that's
up there. So isn't that wild? So then his descendants were kind of like, hold on a second. These are really cool. Let's sell these. So in 1847, their direct descendant, also named Hans, began producing glass ornaments, and they did them in the shape of fruits and nuts, because apples were a very big deal and fruits and nuts were a very big deal. So now we're going to keep going. We're going to stay in the 1700s here. Germany and Austria used to cut the tips of the trees off, hang them upside down. So for those of you who've always wanted to hang a tree upside down, you're probably more traditional than the rest of us. I'm just going to say, it's very traditional. And they would decorate them with edible ornaments. So they'd be candy and fruit and strips of paper. So that's why in the 1800s, these were popular things to decorate them with. Now, these trees were called sugar trees. I wonder why. Sugar trees. Now, in 1851, the first U.S. commercial Christmas trees were sold. Whoop, whoop, thank you. In 1883, Sears offered the first artificial tree. You could buy a 33-limb tree for 50 cents or a 55-limb tree for $1. Wow. So imagine having one of those now. Hey, Susanna. Now, in 1853, Franklin Pierce, yay, the only president from New Hampshire and probably the suckiest president out there, also ancestor to Barbara Bush. The only good thing the man ever did, first tree in the White House. Thank you, Franklin Pierce. The first Christmas tree farms were in 1901. It was established here in New Jersey, in the New Jersey area. Now we'll get back to the glass ornaments because this is where things get a lot of fun. So they sold these glass ornaments, right? And in 1880s, a guy named F.W. Woolworth took a trip over there to Germany and discovered them and went, I really don't see these catching on, but what the hey, we'll bring a couple home and we'll try to sell them at my 5 and dime stores. And don't you know he made $25 million by 1890 on ornaments alone that he was selling for a nickel and a dime. So you have to think about how many ornaments, glass ornaments, he actually sold between 1880 and 1890. That's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And the German ornaments, that's all where they came from. So all of your best stuff, hey, Cass, is going to be your German ornaments. And they had no competition in their glass-making ornaments until 1925. So most of your antique, if not all of your antique stuff, is going to be of German origin. Because let's face it, people didn't have Christmas trees. And even in Dickens, if you read Dickens' Christmas Carol, there's no mention of a Christmas tree. There's a Christmas wreath. There's Christmas parties, there's Christmas games, there's the goose and the figgy pudding and all that fun stuff, but there's no tree. That's because the tree didn't become popular until 1846 when Queen Victoria had one because Prince Albert said, hey, wait a minute. We have this tradition over in Germany where we put up Christmas trees, and they did a lovely spread in a London paper on this, and everybody wanted a Christmas tree. And now we need something to put on the Christmas tree. So the glass ornaments all go back to 1597 when the dude didn't have enough money to buy apples to put on his Christmas tree. Thank you, Mr. Inventive. Well, I'll just make some out of glass. Why not? So that's where you get your glass ornaments from. That is the brief history. I think I got that of all of that. And, by 1925, Czechoslovakia and Japan were making ornaments too, but most of your antique stuff is going to be of German origin. So keep that in mind. And that is the history, or the brief history, of the Christmas tree and Christmas ornaments. Which is what we should have done to begin with, because it would have been so much, we could have gone way more in depth. It would have been so much more fun than trying to find glass Christmas trees. And that's what you
Still
type
not
in.
sure what the first year those made.
Yep. When was the first glass Christmas tree made? And what do I get? This is the year the first Christmas tree came out. That's not what I asked you. Or the history of glass. Not what I asked you. Oh, goodness gracious. That makes everything hard to dig up. But to the sale. Okay. I have up first. I don't really have Christmassy stuff. I have like after Christmas stuff, baby. I have a piece of really pretty painted boho glass. Now I will say pretty. Isn't it? It's a smoke color glass. Some of the gold, let me find a good spot right here, is starting to wear off. Right in there, right here, some of the gold has worn off a little bit, but it's gorgeous. And it's got the 3D little bubble paint. It's like bubble paint. Like no horses, no cows, no horses. I've got birds, but no horses. The paint that you would put on sweatshirts, you buy the sweatshirts. That's what it reminds me of, that bubbly paint feel. And then on the back, we've got a real pretty little gold leaf. The base also trimmed out in gold, and it's a lot darker. The base is a lot darker. So it's a tall guy. See how tall it is? It is about 11 inches, 10 to 11 inches tall. Just a real pretty piece. So if you're interested in this guy, he's going to be $25, number 75. $25, number 75 on this one. I've got fancy stuff today. I've got big and kind of fancy stuff. Okay. Next up, I've shown this before. This is a piece of Westmoreland glass, but I like it for after the holidays when we have all the snow outside. Now, this is the quilted diamond and bow. So there's little tiny like clovers or bows. I don't know. To me, they almost look like little clovers right in each little diamond quilted square. But I love the handle, just the weird handle. I would use this for a pillar candle with stones, maybe a little sand in the bottom, do a little tiny it just looks like an oversized version of those candlesticks they would carry in the cartoon.
It does.
You know. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it. Yay! And then it's got the little sawtooth on the top, and they even decorated the bottom. How pretty. And just the shape is very, very neat. It's hexagonal shape. It's just an interesting piece. It is a tiny bit of a ring of fire, but nothing huge. So if you're interested in the Westmoreland quilted diamond bow dot, it'll be $12, number 93. $12, number 93. And those are my two.
All right, so my first two are going to be Christmas trees. Keep in mind, if you purchase from me today, look for an invoice within the next 2 hours. I am going to the post office today. If you purchase from Nikki, she'll be invoicing Wednesday. You won't get it until after Christmas.
Yeah.
So everything purchased today will ship priority. You are supposed to get it before Christmas if you're buying from me today. So first item is a Mikasa crystal trinket dish. How cool is that?
That is awesome.
So it stands, no chips, no cracks. It stands 7 inches tall. And if you put one of the color changing lights in it, I think it is super pretty. Let me turn off my big light, see if you can see it.
Yes.
Yeah, so pretty. Or you could put just the top of it on one of those bases, the color changing bases. But if you'd like, I will send the color changing tea light with it. So here is your base. And then here is the tree. It's got the double star on the top of the tree.
I love the leaves, the branches.
Yeah, they did really nice detail on that. I like that too. So for the Mikasa crystal Christmas tree trinket dish, $15, number 15. $15, number 15. Let me turn my light back on. Then my next one is a Libby. It's one of those trees you can put the candy in.
It's a great gift.
And I remember these from when I was a kid, not green, but the clear ones from when I was a kid. I'm sure my grandma had one. But the green's really pretty because it gradiates down to a lighter green at the bottom. This one stands...
Hey, Sunshine. Thank you.
7.5. Thanks, Sunshine. 7.5 inches tall. Yeah, Rebecca has a clear one.
Rebecca's the clear one, yeah.
My grandma's clear one may have been a bit taller, but maybe not. I don't know. I was a little kid, so.
Yeah, see, the one I remember, the top was the lid, not the bottom.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that one's on the bottom.
Bottom is the lid.
Yeah.
But I remember my grandma's clear one from when I was a kid. So just $8, number 18. It's Libby brand. $8, number 18. And those are my first two.
But the fact that it's green,
hanging out with us today.
And I will say this, if you see something today that you want and you have to have and you really want it before Christmas, let me know. I will invoice you and send it out today or tomorrow so that it kind of gets to you pre-Christmas. But let me know. If not, if you can wait till after the holidays, great. Wait till after the holidays because we don't know what the weather's going to be like. Okay, I have a lot. These are my last 4 pieces of Avon. I really would like them gone. I'd like all this stuff gone to Good Homes, but I have 4 pieces that are just kind of like hanging about, and I really just kind of, I've shown them before, but I'm putting them all together this time. So I've got the Terrain, which I think this is the Cannonball Run. I could be wrong. It is a dark brown amber glass plastic top here. This is the plastic bit. I just think these would be fun to put together in little assemblages like a Christmas train. Then I've got to match it kind of. I've got the log cabin there. This part is the plastic here. Also would look really cute in a little assemblage. I've got the 1977, sorry, Season's Greetings original box. I have 2 with the original box. This is just a little glass vase. The optics on this are amazing. They're really fun, very prismatic, and it's a small vase, so I can hold it like this. It's only about 4 inches. And then the last piece I have is the piece of Bristol blue. Comes in its box as well. I love when I find stuff in the boxes. And the gold around the edge is a little worn, but I like it that way. It's a little soap dish. It's very opalescent, very fun to have hanging out at about after Christmas. Some of us like to do the blue and white. Hello, Isabel. So all 4 pieces. You get the Bristol blue soap dish, the 1977 Seasons Greetings, the train, choo-choo, and the log cabin. All 4 pieces. And if you're interested, $10, number 85.
Now that is a deal.
Good deal. Oh, quantity number 15 and 18, please, Isabel says. So that's my little box up idea for these guys. And yes, that is a very good idea. The peppermint candies. I love peppermint candies. Okay. My next piece, holy Avon. This is signed, and I cannot, it's signed right, I had it right in here, and I cannot make it out. I picked this up. It was part of my Halloween decor. It is a really interesting, it's dark. It's glass. It's clearer at the top here, and then it has that gradation that goes down and that iridescent rainbowy kind of color. But it is a dark apple. And I had it out, and it's a different piece of glass fruit. Let's just say that. I really wish I could see who it was signed by. It looks like an S starting off there, and it does have a pontil, so it was hand done. So this is a handmade piece. And if you're interested in my little apple, it's going to be $8, number 87. $8, number 87 on that one. It's signed by John. Stop it and get that silly Giants logo off there. No, I'm just kidding. He knows I'm messing with him. It's signed by John Hancock. Okay, I got you, Isabel. Thank you.
He is cracking me up. And was that your 2?
That was my 2.
All right. So, Isabel, I got you down for the trees. I will be invoicing right after the sale, and I will get that dropped into the post office today. I will ship it priority mail, so you'll get it before Christmas. Okay. I have to tell you guys a story. So you've seen me hold this up without paint, without the gold paint before. I sold the one without the gold paint last week on Thursday. I shipped it out Friday. After I stopped at the post office, I went to this upscale thrift store we have and found the one with the gold. I was like, what?
It's awesome.
One of these. So it's Westmoreland glass. It is there.
Yes, I like the gold on it.
Look at it. It's so good. It's so
is.
good. So no chips, no cracks. This is the one where the beading along the edge has a nice ring of fire. It's marked Westmoreland glass on both pieces, on the inside of the lid here and on the bottom of the other one. And I don't remember, since I just sold it, I think it was a 4x4, but let me check. No, 5.5 by 4.5. 5.5 by 4.5. Here's the bottom. I mean, the gold on it is just in incredible condition.
And we all know I'm not a huge grape and panel fan, but this one in the gold, I like even better than the one you had before.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Yeah.
It's got the beautiful beading along the sides. Got more of your gold here. It's just in excellent condition. No flea bites at all. So it probably wasn't used. It probably was just set somewhere and admired. So for the Westmoreland glass candy dish, $22, number 1. $22, number 1.
Good deal.
And I also have a piece of glowy glass. Got some Fenton. So I had this one in the green, in the lime custard.
Oh, yes, you did.
But I think this one's smaller than that one. But this is just the regular custard. It's not the green. Here's the glow. So pretty.
I loved that lime one though.
Yeah.
Just the
This
color.
one's actually in better shape. Remember that lime one had something stuck to it. And all right, Isabel, I've got you for that one also. Thank you. So this is the Persian medallion, and you can see it inside there. And then on the outside, it's got fruit. Hi, Bree. It's got your Fenton. And let me see. So it's Fenton before 1980 because it does not have a number on it.
That's what it gets. Yeah, right?
And it is 7 3/4 inches across. So really pretty. That custard satin Fenton bowl. $20, number 13. $20, number 13. And those are my two.
Okay. This next piece, I'm not going to say that it's rare. I'm not going to use that R word. I'm going to say it's scarce. They are very, very, very hard to find. And if you get the complete set, almost impossible. So I have Bartlett Collins, Birds of a Feather picture.
Wow.
It is really adorable. So this is a white glass on the inside. It's kind of painted there on the inside. It does have, and I don't know if this is white out. It's like some kind of paint that got gooped on there. I do think that'll come off. I'm going to leave it to whoever decides they're going to purchase it to get this off because I don't want to damage it because the hand painting is actually here on the outside. So we've got a blue jay, we've got like a canary, and we've got the cardinal. I just think this is great for winter time. Look at that picture. These are very hard to find. I'm going to give you a really good deal because when you look these up, they're going for way more than I'm going to ask you for here. So let's see, height-wise, we've got, it's about 8 inches. 8 inches tall. It does have the little ice slip there. And like I said, clear handle, applied. Here's the base. Really, really pretty, especially if you're into birds. Now, they would have had little glasses that would have had this on it as well, the Birds of a Feather. They would have come with a bunch of different smaller glasses, which I'm guessing were probably about 4 ounces because they don't look very big. So if you're interested in the Bartlett Collins Birds of a Feather picture, it's going to be $60, number 78. $60, number 78 on this guy.
That's amazing.
I thought it was just pretty, and then when I got it home and I was like, holy moly. And we're going to talk about that the start of the year. We're going to talk about those holy moly, like how do you figure out what something really is properly without getting hosed by everything that's out there online. So keep that in mind. And to stay with the bird theme, because I have a lot of birds. I don't know why. Sorry, Kaz, no horses, but I have lots of birds. I found a Murano swan. Now, I wanted to say it was a duck, but apparently it's a swan. It's got its little floop, little floop. Now, this is two-toned. It's got clear glass, so this is all clear glass right in here. Then it has this really pretty, and it's hard to see on the camera. There we go. Light blue shade, almost that glacier, really fun teal blue there. And then the base is all nice and twisted. This is a chunky monkey, all nice and twisted in the clear glass. So this is two-tone here. The one, and I find this flooring because this is definitely a Murano piece. A lot of times you can tell by the shape of the head, the way they shaped their eyes and the beaks. This is totally Murano, but this is very un-Murano-like. There is a big, I want to call it a flaw, a bubble, but you can feel it right there. It's nothing broken on it. It's just the way the glass was made. And that's just kind of odd for Murano, but it is what it is. So this is a nice big guy. And like I said, he is beefy. If you're interested in the Murano, he's about 8 inches. And sometimes the Murano pieces are weird. Like, have you seen their clowns? Their clowns are frightening. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
The penguin, some of the stuff Murano did was just weird and out there, and it was really, really art shaped into glass. These they made in a variety of colors. I've seen them triple toned, singular toned. This one's dual toned with the clear and the blue. So if you're interested in the Murano Swan, I'm going to call it a swan. That's what they call it. It's going to be $50, number 91. $50, number 91 on the swan. And those are my two. And I do have another swan later. Claudia's rubbing off on me.
Because swans are cool.
The swans are cool.
My next item, 2 for $1 monies. You'll get both Silvercrest dishes. They are slightly different because the ruffle on this one was pulled up higher. So more of a bowl shape, more of a dish, or more of a plate. So you will get both Fenton Silvercrest pieces for just $10. $10, number 7. And I just think these would look really pretty when you switch out, you put all your Christmas decor away and you're feeling that winter sadness. Put these out and put some pretty candies in them. Then in February, you put your red candies in it for Valentine's Day. You're good to go. $10, number 7 on the Fenton.
You little sweet cat.
And then I have the pheasant taking flight.
I love this.
And I just think it would make a great snack bowl. I know that originally it would have been like a personal ice bucket. It's because it's this size. It's not overly huge. Yeah. But I just think it would make a perfect snack bowl. And it is in fantastic shape. Like there's no damage at all to the pheasant on it. So it's really, really pretty and detailed. So the pheasant taking flight, we're going to call it a snack bowl. $10, number 14. $10, number 14. If you weren't here at the beginning, don't forget to send them to Nikki, your pictures of how you're using the glass you purchased this past year. We're going to put it all in a slideshow and we're going to show you guys. And maybe you'll get some inspiration for that, for how to display your own glass.
Yes, and that's actually kind of what it's about too. Because sometimes some people, you're like, oh my gosh, I should do that. I love the way that looks. So I love looking at you, because how many of us can get lost on Pinterest for hours? Right? Like for hours, you're like, I just blew 2 hours on Pinterest. What happened? Which is why I've outlawed myself from Pinterest. Okay. This is another piece. This actually I had bought in Brimfield. I had bought to go with another piece that I have, and then changed my mind and decided I didn't have the room. So I'm offering it up today. This is a piece of black amethyst. This is amethyst glass. So it's black amethyst. I don't know if I'm going to get the purple to show through, but when you hold it up to the light, it is the darkest, deepest, most beautiful purple. On top of it, we have sterling silver overlay. So it looks like black glass from a distance, but it's actually amethyst. We've got, my camera's not working with me today. We've got the silver rimmed around the top, and it's like a nice, pretty, like trumpet base. It's got this real little bulbous bottom to it before it flares out. I really wish I could get the purple to show up.
Bye,
Becky, good. Have fun. Thanks for stopping by. I really wish I could get the purple to show up, but it's not going to. So this is a tall boy. So this is 10 inches tall, and the wide opening is 7 inches across. So the diameter is about 7 inches across to here, and then 10 inches tall here. It would make a beautiful, beautiful piece. If you get one of those floral arrangements, you can take this stuff into like Michael's and AC Moore. Well, AC Moore's out of business. And say, give me a floral arrangement. You give them this and imagine what they could do with it. So the flowers silver overlay goes all the way around. And like I said, the sterling silver's at the top as well. So if you're interested in the black amethyst trumpet base with sterling silver overlay, it's going to be $25, number 74. $25, number 74 on this big boy. He's kind of, well, he's the second biggest piece I have. Put you down gently. Okay. Now, this is just a little something smaller. We were talking about doing blue and white after Christmas. This is a little Delft-inspired liquor bottle. I had a really bad pun right there. But if you look right here, this looks like a sheep. Almost, right? The clouds. I think it looks like a sheep. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a sugar sheep. Maybe it's a sugar poodle. The top has a tulip-inspired top. The top is plastic. So the top is plastic. There's the bottle. It's just a neat little display piece. We've seen some fun stuff that people are doing with bottles. The inside is clear, so this is all done on top, and it's just a real pretty little piece. It's not big. It's not big at all. This guy right here is 9 inches tall. Good little 9-incher right there. So if you're interested in the Delft-inspired liquor bottle here for a little blue and white display, this guy here is going to be just $8, number 90. $8, number 90. And those are my two.
That piece is so much fun.
They are just neat. I might have to do the blue and white this year. We'll see.
I still have the Currier and Ives winter scene, and these aren't specifically Christmas. I guess there is a wreath. There's a wreath on the barn and the farmhouse, but I think that you could continue drinking out of these through the winter.
Yeah.
And they're that nice clear glass made in the USA, and they're a good size. So you're going to be able to get a full cup of coffee in here. They are each $5, or you could have them both for 10. Number 8. Number 8.
And I love drinking out of different mugs because you know what? It just makes you happy. They display your mood. Because you can have one that says no coffee, no talkie, which is me every morning.
We know I love my mugs.
Yes. Hello,
Hi,
Danielle. I love that one.
If you're on my Instagram, you have seen a different mug every single day this month, along with my coffee advent calendar coffee.
Oh, wait, we have to tell everybody, guys, if you haven't seen it, go out and get it. I told Claudia. What's the company's name again? Because I couldn't remember. International. What's that name? International Coffee House? The creamer thing.
Oh, the creamer is International Delight.
International Delight. I can never remember the name of it. Hershey's makes a brand. It's called Hershey's Salted Caramel. Go out, buy it, put it in your hot cocoa. End of story. Just wanted to say that.
Not your coffee, your hot chocolate.
Not your coffee, your hot cocoa.
All right, I've got a little turtle votive holder. So if you have a turtle fan in your life, this is the little guy for you. He has no chips, no cracks. It's Indiana glass. $6. $6, number 12. And those are
in the nice climates, you can put that outside now. For those of you who live where we live, don't do that. And this is the warning that we give. Claudia usually gives it, so it's a good segue. Guys, let your glass come to room temperature before you open it up. Don't be like me, just leave everything open like it's Christmas morning. Luckily, I haven't had anything break, but
yeah,
give it a chance.
Bring it in and try to give it 24 hours before so that the box comes up to room temperature. The packing materials will hold the cold in. So even if you're in Arizona and I shipped it from Ohio, the packing materials like to hold all that cold in. We don't want your glass to shatter. You don't want your pottery to shatter. So if you're buying from someone else, if it's breakable, even your vintage plastic can crack and break with sudden temperature changes. So just let it sit for 24 hours before you open the box, just to be safe.
Yes, good tip. I didn't know this until Claudia told me not to do this, and I was doing it anyways. Luckily, nothing is broken yet. All right, up next, great for this time of year. I have a set of 2 unpainted, so maybe you know a painter out there who can paint these up for you. Or I've even seen the Traveling Button. She gets the vintage decals and she puts them on.
I love those vintage decals.
They're a lot of fun. So this is a blank slate. You can do whatever you want with this. This is Fire King. It is a soup bowl. I'm going to tell you, I have used them. They are fantastic. They're great if you have like your little TV trays. You put that down with the soup and sandwich. It fits on a plate. Fits nicely on a plate. Does a proper serving of a soup in there. And like I said, they're both exactly the same. They're both white. So I'm only showing you the one. It's got its nice Fire King anchor hockey stamp on the bottom. Hey, Larry. So set of 2. Have some fun. Get some vintage decals. Jazz them up. Maybe you know a one-stroke painter who can make these even more fun. Give them away as a gift. Put a little you can get the dried soup bits that you give out and say, here, now eat vintage. They are very, very versatile and usable. And they're oven safe, guys. They're oven safe. $9 for the pair, number 73. $9, number 73 for the duo of those. And my last one is two of Claudia's favorite things. It's amber glass and it's a swan. I've sold the blue one. Now I have the amber one. Now I have the amber one. Do you not have an amber one? You don't have an amber one, do you? I thought you
No,
had
I
an
do
amber
not.
one.
I do not have an amber one. Oh my goodness, it's
I thought
gorgeous.
you had one.
I have one almost identical to that in blue.
Yeah, I
Like
sent
cobalt
you
blue.
that one. Yeah, the
Did you?
cobalt blue one.
Yeah. But
I
no,
thought you had the amber.
oh, it's
It's
beautiful.
amber. He is gorgeous. Now I've seen these listed as Murano. I've seen that, and you know, like I was showing you before with the eyes, they are very similar. I cannot say for certain that this is. He does need a very good cleaning. He's got some. I want to call it waxy goo or sticker residue right here on his little thing. But I love the high crest. He does have Claudia's pretty swoopy neck, little neck.
Gorgeous.
And he's huge. This is the biggest piece I have. These freak me out whenever I have to ship them. So, Amber Swan, $30, number 89. $30, number 89 on this big boy. He's the biggest piece I own besides my gorgeous glass lamp, which I will show you guys next week. And that's my last two. Sorry, I thought you had the Amber one.
No, I don't have. Actually, all of my big ones are blue and green. And
oh, wow.
I have one that's yellow that I got from Barbie, and then one blue one that has some yellow on it. But the big ones, I don't have amber. Now, in my small ones, I have two amber ones that people have gifted me, but not in the big ones.
Now, if no one buys it and doesn't look like anyone's going to buy it, it's going home to Claudia. I'm going to send it to Claudia. It's going to Claudia. She doesn't have one. She has to have it.
All right. I've got Indiana glass. These were the candlestick combination vases. So you could use them either because they are hollow all the way down through. Kathy, several different groups did those swans. Some of them were made in Mexico. Murano did them.
Yeah.
Some of them, they were Sooner swans. So,
yeah.
Just depends. And when
it depends on the shape.
If you like came over to my house and looked at my whole display, you could tell, oh, that one is a lesser quality than that one. There are some very big differences in the quality of them. But unless you've got them like all in a display like I do, you wouldn't know that.
Again, topic for the next show. That's what we're going to be talking about.
Indiana glass, the combination candlestick vases, 7 inches tall, and you get both of them for $8. Indiana glass, $8.
These are because you can use them as candlesticks, but you could put like stones in them, or sea glass. You could have a lot of fun with those.
You can put crystals in them, the smaller crystals. There's so many things you can do with those. All right, my last piece is Avon. So I had this one in my personal collection.
I love this.
Hey, Dobes. It's got the Avon on the bottom. It is the little egg-shaped candy dish with the flowers all over it. And I know it's more like a spring piece because it's got so many gorgeous flowers on it. But it's also milk glass, so it's kind of icy and pretty. It's not very big. It had it upside down. It is
Avon made some great pieces.
6 inches tall with the lid, 3 3/4 inches without the lid. So just a little Avon candy dish. It's only $8. $8, number 23. $8, number 23. And if you've come in late, we would like to remind you that when we come back in January, because it's our last Glass with Class of the year, we come back in January, we'd like to do a slideshow showing off how you guys use the glass that you bought from us this year. So
bought from us, bought from other resellers. Maybe you thrifted it. Maybe it was handed down to you. Just we would love to see how you display
you display and use your glass. So you can email those pictures to Nikki. You can message them to her on Instagram if it's easier. If you send it to me, I'm just going to forward it on to her. So it doesn't matter if you want to send it to me too. But Nikki's going to put that slideshow together. And we are going to be talking about how you can reliably identify glass that you purchase. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to cover a bunch of stuff on the first one back.
Mhm.
So we cannot wait to see you in January. It's going to be lots of fun. Isabel, I am going to invoice you as however long it takes me to pack this up. So within the hour, you should
And I will too.
get your invoice.
Get you out
And
there.
I will get it shipped out. So it'll go priority. So you will have it before the weekend.
I'll do that too. And guys, even if you have bought like glasses, you have vintage glasses, this is the time of year, we get New Year's coming up, so you'll have to New Year's to do this too. You know, maybe you make a special cocktail and you put it in a fancy glass. So do that. Take a picture of it. And if it's a cocktail, please send the recipe because some of us might want to try it. You never know. So do that. Take a picture of your vintage glass. If you're going to have a nice Christmas dinner and you're going to use glass plates, take a picture of it. Send it to us. Let us see what's going on. Maybe you just have that candy dish. I'm looking at you, Rebecca, with your peppermint patty, your little peppermint mints in it. Send us a picture. Let us see what it looks like, and we'll put it up there. There's nothing wrong. Everyone's going to ooh and ah over everything you did. Please do that. It's just a really fun, interactive way that I want to see how you guys did it, so I don't get lost.
Yeah. I'd love to see how Kraken displayed the green, I think it was green glass she bought from me several times this year. I'd love to see how she's displaying that. You guys get to see how I display a lot of my glass because I like to change out the display behind me pretty often. But there's a picture that I haven't shown you guys yet. There's an area because I was going to do a video on it. That's the picture I'm going to be submitting. So you'll get to see something new from me that I haven't shown before.
Yeah. And I'll show you guys something that's really, really old and awesome that is handed down from the family. And I'll probably we'll throw in a few other pictures, but we really want to hear from you guys. We really want to see you guys send us stuff. So please do. Even if you know somebody who maybe doesn't watch the show, just say, hey, they're doing this thing. Send them over some pictures. They'll show off your stuff. Do it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. Delbert says it's going to be glass-tastic.
It is going to be glass-tastic. Maybe that's what we have to call the first show of the year. It's glass-tastic.
That is a very good title. Thank you for the idea, Delbert.
Thank you, Delbert.
So don't forget that this is both of our last sales of the year. So no sale next week, no show at all. I will still be on Wednesday morning with coffee and a chat, but no sale Wednesday morning. And then I will be taking next week off from everything as well. We want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, a very happy holidays, a very happy New Year. And if you celebrate something else, you know, have a non-specific holiday greeting from us.
Yule, Kwanzaa, and Hanukkah. Merry, happy. However, and if you're in Britain, Happy Christmas, which I don't know why they say Happy Christmas, but they say Happy
I like that when they say
it's kind of cute. Yeah. Have a great year. And you know what, guys, make your resolution. I'm going to ask you, did you make resolutions? Or maybe there's just something you want to change in this new year. I'm going to ask next time we see you all. And maybe I'll have.
My mom informed me that I will be going sugar-free in January. So.
I should have said that hard for me. I don't eat a lot of sugar.
I've put on 10 pounds since I moved home. So
well, that's because you got your mom's good cooking upstairs and she cooks breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get 3 squares. That's why. Tell her it's her fault.
Oh,
and as always, guys, on the replay, if you see anything, email us. Let us know. Hey, if that's still available, I kind of want that. And after that, just, you know what? We'll see you in 2023.
Bye,
so have a good day.
Bye.